Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to defeat the Swampert in just one turn. That's right, we have a one-turn KO to defeat Swampert. I'm not going to lie, this guy is really difficult to defeat. Poison Terra makes him rough. He has great defenses and an HP stat, but I was able to find the perfect cow so we can farm this Swampert for all of the Urban Mystica that it has. And of course, guys, if you like my type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam and that join channel member button below. So before we dive into this, remember that these are online multiplayer strats, and you're going to need a full party of 4 people for this strategy to actually work. And my calculations are correct, but this is releasing before the raid is out, so keep that in mind that I obviously don't know the full script of the raid, but we should be able to knock this thing out in one turn if we are able to go without any weird anomaly. And now for the raid builds. And as a reminder, this is going to be a one-turn KO, but it's going to take 2 turns to get there. So the first turn is going to be set up. The second turn is going to be the KO. Because honestly, Swampert just did not have a one turn that I was able to figure out, and I knew a bunch of other people couldn't figure out from their calcs. But this should work out well. So the player 1 Pokemon has a lot of options. So you can be like Mewtwo, Hoopa Unbound, Calyrex Shadow Rider. I'm sure there's a couple others that you can use, like Unala form. But all you're going to do is run Life Orb on whatever your strong Psychic special attacker is going to be. You're going to have max HP, max special attack, modest nature. Now, you want to optimize and have perfect IVs as well, like always. In turn 1, you're going to go for Nasty Plot, and then turn 2, you're going to go for Psychic. And on turn 1, you're going to Nasty Plot as quickly as possible. And then on turn 2, you're going to use Psychic as the last Pokemon to do their move. It's relatively easy, though, for the player 1 player. You don't have to worry too much. And like I said, you can do this with either Hoopa Unbound, has the same stuff going on, or you can do this with Calyrex Shadow Rider. And of course, you want to have max HP, max special attack, modest nature, just to make your life easier. Now, the player 2 Pokemon, you actually want to run something like an Oranguru. Now, Oranguru with the Covert Cloak, because we don't know if this Swampert's going to have an Ice Punch. If it has Ice Punch and it freezes us, that's going to ruin the raid. So this prevents any sort of memes, no freezes, no defense drops from liquidation. So just things like that. We just want to remove the RNG. So I think Covert Cloak is the perfect support item for Oranguru here. Now, for Oranguru, you want to have max HP, max defense with a bold nature. You want this for all your support Pokemon. So player 3, player 4, you would also want to have this on your other supporters too. And the only need 2 moves on Oranguru. So on turn 1, the Mewtwo is going to go for Nasty Plot. And after you see that Nasty Plot go off, you're going to use Instruct on the Mewtwo again. So that means Mewtwo is going to go for Nasty Plot a second time. And when turn 2 starts, Mewtwo is going to be +4. The other move you need is Psychic Terrain. So we're going to put down Psychic Terrain immediately on turn 2. And then when that happens, that's going to give a damage boost to Psychic type moves and make it so Mewtwo can get that one-turn KO. Oranguru is pretty relatively easy to run. Just the important thing is pay attention to see Nasty Plot go off on that Mewtwo and then go for Instruct, and then you're good to go. Just go for Psychic Terrain after that, and it's going to be super free. Now for player 3 and 4, you have a couple of good options as supporters, and I'll show off 2 of them. Personally, I think Weezing is the best supporter because you are 1, a poison type, so you resist poison. 2, you have the ability Levitate, which means you're immune to ground. So you only have to worry about water type moves, and Weezing has base 120 physical defense. And with the item Covert Cloak, you don't have to worry about any like freezes or defense drops or anything like that. So ideally, you're going to be running max HP, max defense with bold nature. Mine's max special defense because I didn't change it for the video. But ideally, you run max HP, max defense with a bold nature. And the only move you need on the Weezing is going to be Acid Spray. So if you are player 3, you will be going for Acid Spray twice. Player 4 will be going for Acid Spray and then Attack Cheer. So you could run 2 Weezings, and that's great too, right? But all you need is to have Acid Spray in your first slot, and then either you're going to go for another Acid Spray or another Attack Cheer, just depending on the what your role is in the raid. Lastly, you can also use Mew instead of Weezing with Covert Cloak. The exact same thing. Max HP, max defense of a bold nature would be perfect for this. And you just want to run the Acid Spray. And once again, Acid Spray on turn 1, and then turn 2, you're either going to use Acid Spray or Attack Cheer, just depending on your role in the raid. Now for the turn 2 Swampert strat. So 1 is going to be super easy, as I mentioned before. You're going to have your special attacking Psychic attacker, Mewtwo, Hoopa Unbound, Shadow Rider Calyrex. All of these should work. I just think Mewtwo or Hoopa are probably the better ones to use over Calyrex because Calyrex is 4 times weak to Dark, and that might make things a little bit extra spicy if you get hit by a critical hit from a knockoff. But you want to have the item Life Orb, and you're going for Nasty Plot. And you're going to go for Nasty Plot immediately. You don't care about what everyone else does. You just go for it. Now, the Oranguru player is going to have Covert Cloak here, and they're not going to get hit by any secondary effects, which is great. And when they see the player 1 player with Mewtwo go use a Nasty Plot, they're going to use Instruct on them, and that means Nasty Plot's going to go off twice, and this is going to put player 1 at +4. Now, either the Weezing / Mew player, so player 3 and 4, both of them on turn 1 are going to go for Acid Spray, right? Which is nice because it will go through shields, and it's going to be doing a little bit of damage, which makes the calc even stronger in that regard, which is always nice. And of course, they have Covert Cloak, so they don't take any sort of additional like freezes or defense drops or whatever, right? So you're going to be fine with that. Now, on turn 2, player 1 is going to wait until all this happens first. So Oranguru immediately is going to go for Psychic Terrain, and that is going to put the Terrain on, which is going to boost the damage of Psychic type moves, which makes Psychic do more damage. Player 3 is going to go for an Attack Cheer, and then player 4 is going to go for the Acid Spray. This Acid Spray is going to make it so it's a -6 on the special defense. The Attack Cheer is going to give you a 50% damage boost. The Psychic Terrain, I believe, is going to give you like a 33% damage boost to the Psychic moves. And then you're going to go for that +4 Life Orb boosted Psychic. And at times 35 HP, which is the worst case scenario for Swampert. It could be times 30 HP, but at times 35 HP, a +4 max special attack, Modest Nature, Life Orb Mewtwo with Attack Cheer and Psychic Terrain versus -6 special defense, Poison Terra Swampert is going to be doing 101.6 to 119.6% of its max HP, guaranteeing a one-hit KO. So this is going to be super easy and nice. Unfortunately, it is not a one-turn KO, not on turn 1, but it is a turn 2 KO that happens all pretty much, basic setup here, and it's super easy. So it should be a relatively easy raid for us to farm for Urban Mystica. 15% chance you get at least one Urban Mystica, so you need Herb. This is going to definitely be the strategy to do it. But let me know in the comment section below if you have any other strategies and things like that. We'll be doing the raid live with this strategy, so I'll be raiding with the community members, doing this strat for a little bit to get some clears for people. So if you are a YouTube member, I got you on that if you really need assistance. And yeah, I'll catch you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern this Thursday to do the raid live with the one-turn KO. Don't forget, I made a raid build video with the best supporters and best solo builds too. So definitely check that out as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and have a good one. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.